Guys, we're here. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm bringing you guys yet another video on the Black Friday market. I've been doing these videos now for the past month or so, and you guys seem to really enjoy them. You're showing a lot of support, and I get loads and loads of comments asking for more of these videos. Currently I'm doing one every 2 days. If you guys want to see this more regularly, then I can definitely do that. Just leave a like and let me know down below. But we cover the market. I let you guys know the best times to buy players, the cycles and patterns that continuously seem to appear on the market that you guys can take advantage of and make profit from. So let's get straight on into it. As always, we're taking a look at some high-end players. We've also got some icons and some popular informs that I've now added to the concept squads of players we look at, just to kind of see the prices and see what's really happening on the market. Now, I have actually been making some moves on the market. I picked up Lionel Messi yesterday for 755k. He's a player that I personally wanted for my main squad, and I got him for 755k. He's currently going on Xbox for around about 775. He was going for around a similar price yesterday, but I sniped him for this price right here, which is what I'd recommend doing. If you want certain players, build a concept squad of them, and then you can try and snipe goals or bid on them and just try and get yourself some good deals. Now, I do know that obviously Run the Foot Market is also doing a similar series to this, but he's on PlayStation, so I believe I'm the only person doing a series like this on Xbox, so that should hopefully help you guys out. Obviously, bear in mind, if you are on PlayStation, these prices will be different. I expect the buying times will be fairly similar, but I'd recommend watching Run the Foot Market's series as well to have a better insight into the market on that console. I also got a Fabinho here for 60k. He's a player I again wanted to pick up, and he's fairly cheap right now. I think he can go cheaper, but he is going for a little bit more than what he's currently going for. He can go cheaper just because he's no longer in packs now. I think he could be a player that's going to drop down a little bit more when we get closer to Black Friday. But I think the main thing we're looking at here, the high-end gold cards are already very, very cheap, and the main talking point at the moment is Matt HD Gamer's market crash video, and that has such a big impact on all these cards there, especially the golds, as they're the most popular ones. These are really meta gold cards. There's loads of other ones, but like, I don't know, someone like Kyle Walker maybe, for example, Varane, Ramos, Courtois, all those types of players, just the really popular players that everyone uses in their Bigfoot Champions teams, really. These cards can be very, very strongly affected by Matt HD Gamer's video. Now, he's yet to release it, and when he releases it, it will probably say one of two things. Either buy cards now because the market is very, very low, or he's going to say wait a little bit and then buy cards, in which case you want to obviously wait a little bit. Now, if he says to buy players, the market's actually going to go up. Prices are going to go up across the board, really. And that's actually what happened last year. He did a video on the market crash, and he told people to buy players, and they actually went up in price. That's why I've bought Messi and Fabinho so far, and they're two players I wanted in my main team. There is one more player I want, and that is this Henry card. I'm just waiting on him because I think he can go a little bit lower. Although that card there could be a good one. I've seen him go for 730 recently on bid, so if I can get one for like 720 or around that, I'll keep an eye on those ones there. But right now, I think gold cards are at a decent price to buy across the board, really. I think Ronaldo could go down a little bit more, but he's just so expensive right now. He's going for about I think he's like 1,950,000 coins. I think he can go down by about 150k or so more when we get a little bit closer to Black Friday. But the likes of Neymar, Pogba, and Mbappe, these types of players here that are going for around 100 to about 500k, they're at really good prices now. And what I'm thinking is, if Matt HD Gamer tells people to buy cards, and a lot of them are very cheap right now, these cards are going to skyrocket in price because a lot of people are just sitting on loads and loads of coins, and they're just waiting really for his video to come out, and when that comes out, they're going to go and buy loads of players. So it's interesting with these gold cards. I have been picking up a few of them. I've got a few others in my club, but these types of cards are at a decent price now. I mean, you can get them maybe a little bit cheaper towards Black Friday, depending on what Matt HD Gamer says, but if you're looking to pick up players to build a team around, there are certain cards you really want. They're at a very good price now. They may drop a little bit cheaper in the future, but they're all going to rise up to a lot more than what they're currently going for after Black Friday. We always see that the kind of 2 or 3 weeks after Black Friday, prices go up by so much, around 25-30% on average. So these types of players here, like I could see Messi going to like at least 900k, I'd say. Probably getting closer to Team of the Year. He could even reach nearly 1 million, just because for some reason players in the Team of the Year, their gold cards actually go up, even though they then have a much better version released. I'm not sure if that always seems to happen. So these types of cards here are at a decent price to buy. Looking at icons, prime icons haven't really changed much in price. I have seen some very high-end cards like Hullet slightly drop down, and they have been dropping just gradually over the past couple of weeks or so, but they haven't really changed that much. A lot of the lesser icons, the babies, have changed quite a lot in price. Monitoring them over the past 2 weeks or so, I've seen that the typical kind of selling price for the cheapest icons on the market was around 670k last week. Now it's like way lower. And you can actually get really good cards. Previously, it was just kind of like the worst icons by far on the game with those very low prices. Now you can get someone like Henry for nearly 700k. You can get someone like Nedved, who's got a good card for, I've seen him go for like 620 or so on bid. You can get like Rijkaard, loads of good players for a very cheap price. Ballack I've seen go for around 700k. He's another player I'm looking to potentially pick up. These two, Ballack and Nedved, are two that I personally want in my squad. Hullit's also dropped down. He could actually reach like maybe a million, potentially a million in the future, but these cards are dropping down a lot right now. Baby icons are still dropping, and I think they can drop even lower. But if you want to get a card like this, like Henry for example, I'd recommend trying to just look on the market and see how the price fluctuates throughout the day, because yesterday I saw a couple go for like 730. It's about 6 o'clock I think in the evening, and then later on at like 1 in the morning he was going, I actually saw one sell for 800k. So the prices fluctuate throughout the day, so try and get like a good deal. Like these two here could be good on to bid on, or you could try and snipe, or just kind of see how his price fluctuates if you're looking to get a card like that. And then looking at these big inform cards, I think if you're looking to invest in cards to actually make profit, as opposed to just get cards at a very cheap price to use, like I want Messi in my main team along with lots of other players, and he's one of the ones I picked up, along with the likes of Boateng. I got Jordi Alba as well, loads of other players. I've already bought all of them. I'll show you guys my team in a moment. There's just one more player I need to get, and that is Henry or Nedved really. And then I'm also potentially looking to get Ballack in there as well. I'm not too sure, but they're ones I'm looking at. But I've already got all the gold cards I wanted, just because I know that when Matt HD Gamer's video comes out, if he says to buy cards, which I think he may, they're going to rocket up in price. And if he says to keep hold of cards, they'll probably drop down a little bit more until maybe like 2 or 3 days later when he then says to buy. So I'm personally like happy with getting cards this cheap, because they may drop lower, but I know that they will rise more in the future, so I'm getting them at a good price. But looking at inform cards, these are the ones you want to get if you want to make a lot of profit, because previous Team of the Week cards dropped down a lot with the whole panic really before Black Friday, and they are at good prices now. I think these subs of cards will get even cheaper potentially, but you are seeing some very nice prices. Like Hernandez was about 160k last week, and now he's going for around about 125k or so. Again, these subs of cards here, you can snipe them, you can try and bid on them and get them that extra little bit cheaper. Levin Dosti's dropped down from about 300 odd k to about 270 now. Ben Yedder, another very popular player, he was going for about 120k recently. He's now dropped below 100k for the first time in I think like since the week he was actually released in packs. He was like 70k, he went up to 100k at the end of his time in packs, and then he's just been at about 120 since then. He could probably drop down to like 90 or so, but he's definitely one that you could pick up and will then rebound afterwards. Riyad Mahrez is currently a very low price. He's dropped down a lot. I could see him dropping below 100k pretty soon. Lala is a very popular player. Now, he rose quite a lot since he came out of packs. He was about 28k. Now he's going for about 40k or so. But I think he can drop down to like 35 or so. Alexandro, he has taken a massive hit. He's now going for like 200k. I've seen him go for about 180 recently, and that's crazy. He was about 350k hardly any time ago at all. So he's taken a very big hit. I'm not too sure why. Maybe the pros are straying away from using him, but he was the go-to option at left back for a long time earlier on in the game in pro player teams. We've got Hazard, who's dropped down a lot. He's gone down by about 100k or so in the past week or two. You've got lots of those high-end informs like Mbappe, Mbappe. You've got Neymar as well. Those really elite informs are dropping a lot. Talisca was extinct at around 60k recently. Now he's about 45k. Bailly has dropped a lot. He was 140k. He's dropped. Yesterday he was about 95k. Now he's about 85. You could probably get him for about 80k if you sniped him or tried to bid on him. I could see him going to like 70k. Like, these types of cards here are very nice investments if you're looking to make profit, and I'd recommend just keeping an eye on their prices. And that's what I do with this series. I look at player prices and I'll let you guys know when a good time to buy them is. Right now, I think maybe just hold off a little bit on these types of informs there, but it's looking good for gold cards. I think they are at a very good price right now. I mean, Pogba I've seen drop hugely. I've been monitoring Pogba's price lows, and he was going for around about 420k for a long time. He dropped down to about, I think, 390, and then he rose up again last Friday to about 425 before Weekend League, and now he's dropped down to like 380k. And that's a really good price for him. Like, he could maybe drop to like 360, 370 in the next 2 weeks or so, but if you get him for 380 or so now, that's such a good price. And you could try and snipe him or bid and get him a little bit cheaper and get him for like 370. And I mean, he's probably going to go to like, I'd say 420, 430, maybe 440 in the near future, especially if you sell him around Thursday, Friday time with Weekend League. So it's a very good price for a card like this. As I said, he may drop a little bit lower, but you'd be getting him at such a good price. Like, look at some of these ones here getting listed super cheaply. You'd be getting him at a very good price. He will recover in the future, and like, if you're happy to pay that amount of coins, yeah, he can drop more. But I think like, you can get him now, and if Matchday Gamer says to buy your teams or to buy players, the prices are going to rocket up again, so you'd be getting the card before it rose up. So I think it will depend on what Matchday Gamer says, whether these cards do drop even more. If he says to buy cards and the market's crashed, then these cards are going to rocket up more. Icons are lesser affected by a video like that. They've just been gradually dropping. I think it's because we haven't had an icon SBC for a while, so the hype's died down a little bit. But if you're looking to get like a baby icon or someone quite cheap, you'll probably see them rise up again to like near 800k when we next have an icon SBC, if it gives out good players that people actually want, maybe like Hullet or something like that, with the big icons. There are a lot of pros who use. I think if you get like a baby icon now, when they're really dropping, they're like 700 OK, I think they could definitely rise up again. So there's some quite safe cards to get, and then these informs I'll be keeping an eye on. I don't think it's the time to pull the trigger on many of these yet. The one that tempts me the most would be Bailly, just because he's so cheap. Now he's dropped by about 40 or 50k in the past 2 weeks, which is a massive decrease, but I still think he can drop even lower. But yeah, that's kind of all really in summary. If you guys do want to see more of these videos, then just let me know. I can do as many as you want, really. I can do them every single day if that's something you guys would like to see. I have been doing these videos now for about a month or so, and you guys really seem to enjoy them. I got over 100k views on the first one of these Black Friday videos, which is crazy for my channel. So grateful for all the support on that one, and they literally get like 25-30k views in a few days each time I upload them. So compared to everything else I do, I can tell from that you guys absolutely love these types of videos. And yeah, it also helps that I'm, I think, the only person doing this on Xbox, so it helps everyone who is on Xbox, because I've personally been watching a few other YouTubers doing these kind of series just to kind of see their thoughts as well, and like be able to give you guys a variety of different possible opinions. I don't just want to give you mine, which may or may not like end up being wrong or something. So I try and watch a variety of videos just to get a better idea of the market, see if people share my opinions, and if they do, then typically I want to share them with you guys too, because they're hopefully going to help you guys out and make coins. So I'll quickly show you guys my team, just so you can see that I have actually bought my gold cards I need. So that's my concept squad of cards to keep an eye on in terms of prices. But this is my FUT Champions team. Now, as you guys can see, I do have Messi off chemistry here. That's because currently I don't really have any option here. The only person I could get would be Vinicius Jr. or Coutinho, neither of whom I really want to use. They're not that good on this game, so I'm just waiting to get Henry or Nedved or Stoichkov or someone to go in at left wing. I'm just waiting on those prices to drop down a little bit more in that position. I may also get Ballack in at centre mid here, or possibly Renato Sanchez with his Champions League card. I'm not sure, but this is what the team's looking like on the whole, really. I do swap it to a 4-2-3-1 in game. Messi at cam, these two at CDM, these two on the wing, and Levin Dosti up front. But yeah, I've picked up my gold cards. I haven't really got many gold cards in this team, but I got all of them yesterday, I believe, with the Weekend League sell-off, which I thought was a good time to get them. Now, they've remained kind of a similar price. I think some cards have risen slightly, but it's still a decent time to buy gold cards. As I said, they may drop a little bit lower, but they are at a very good price now, and if you get them, they will rise up to more in the future. So it's a safe kind of bet to go with them and pick them up. But anyway, I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on it. Let's aim for 300 likes. I know we can do it, because this series you guys seem to love, and if we do smash that, I'll try and get another one out tomorrow and literally do one of these every single day. I'll try and do double uploads as well with other types of videos too. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.